Well, what is up, wax fans? It's Patricia, and today I have a video where I like to pick my choices for the July wax melting challenge. It's also a good way to kind of pick my melting basket and just give you some ideas of what you might want to melt this month. So some of you have said you really like these kind of videos, and so I've gathered a few things. I'll just show you what I've gathered here. So in this basket are flat bottoms. I think I have these and Keep It Sassy, but I put Keep It Sassy aside because in case we review that. And then that's pretty much it for me. I do have some flat bottoms up in here too. These ones are open flat bottoms. So down here I have open clamshells, and in this green bin I have open clamshells. So this is flat bottom, this is current scents, and then in here these are others. So I have way too many things open. So my goal for the month is to kind of get some of these numbers down. I think I have 60, I forget, it might be 67 open clamshells or something stupid, something way too many. So I also came here because I have my drawers. Oh, there's a hair there. So in this drawer is my license bars and then some of my scents of the month. And these are some 2022 license bars, and then under here is some testers. So I thought we could possibly pull from this, or we could pull from, these are my club bars, which I either have to make club a priority this month, I think maybe next month, because I just have way too many open things right now. But anyway, I just kind of gathered stuff. In this bin here, I went through and I gathered some bars from 2022. Some of them are spring summer. I should probably almost pull those out so I can remember what's in them. In this whatever clear bin is some open vendor wax and some open retail wax that I can use up. In this whatever brownish charcoal thing, this is some vendor wax that I just kind of pulled that I want to get warming soon. This is chopped up. These other things are not chopped up. So I have a basket so I can put my stuff in the basket, and I have my sheet. And I really don't know the best way to do this, but we're just going to kind of wing it. Okay, the first, True North Strong and Free, melt a wax that makes you think of Canada. So I am from Canada, so July 1st is Canada Day, so I wanted to melt something that makes me think of Canada. So you could do red, you could do white, you could do something that's associated with Canada like maple, or you could do NHL Fresh Ice, which I have here, but I'm not really feeling that. But I do know in my vendor wax, in my vendor wax, I thought I do have a Canadian vendor. I have two. I have some wax from this company, Indian Creek, so I could warm that. But I think this one might be older, and my friend Tracy gifted this to me, and it's for Melting Memories, Salty Pretzel and Churros. And I looked ahead, and it has maple, so I thought, well, this is good. So I think I'm going to do this for my Canada Day, because it's a Canadian company, and it has maple. So between those two things, we'll put that in the basket. All right, I'm going to leave that there. The next one on the list, it says, the second focus, melt something you associate with a family barbecue. All right, melt something you associate with a family barbecue. Let's go over to my open stuff. I'm trying to think. Family barbecue. I mean, obviously, it's like fruity, bakery. Like, I'm not going to melt any meat scents, but something fruity, a drink. I think I have, yes, I have red, white, and berry pie. So maybe I will melt that. I might use this for something else, but anyway, red, white, and berry pie for now, that's what we're going to go with. All right, the next thing, focus, it says, melt a scent that starts with J, U, L, or Y. Well, J is really hard because I can think of Just Breathe. U is, the only thing I can think of for that is Vitamin Unwind. L, Why? This is not, I should be more organized. Let me see. Let's just kind of spread these out so I can see what I've got. Flower Child, Beach. I know I can use beach for something. Pink Cotton, Simply Vanilla. Julry. Here's L. Maybe I could use this, even though I don't want to, because I should save this for Tester Tuesday, but for now I'll put this in if I can find something else. So this is Lush Gardenia, so we'll do that. Scent number, or the fourth day for the Americans here, I put Independence Day. Mix any combo of red, white, and blue waxes. Well, I was thinking to myself that I wouldn't mind, I was thinking that maybe I was going to mix red, white, and berry pie with, sorry, just let me move, yeah? Move this. Oh, wrong door. I was thinking of mixing whipped frosting, which is somewhat white. Maybe I would mix it with sun-ripened berry. Those are red and white. Or I could mix maybe woolly slippers with Ravenclaw. That might be nice. Maybe I'll do this because then I can use up woolly slippers, old packaging, and I can use up something from 2022. So we'll do that. I'm going to put my whipped frosting back because that's from November, so I think we're still good. All right, the next one, it says the 5th, National Hawaii Day. Melt a wax you'd smell while on a Hawaiian vacation. I actually thought about this one in advance, and I think the best one to pick is Aloha Adventure, Lilo and Stitch. So I have 2 cubes left, so I should be able to finish that off. So we'll do that. I'm just going to read it out to you. I don't want to keep pulling up the sheet. It says, melt any ice cream or popsicle scent. All right, well, we have like chocolate and strawberry, obviously vanilla. Here's Simply Vanilla. I could always melt that. Simply Vanilla. A popsicle scent might be something like what? You could do Wild Black Cherry, but I want to save this for August when it's Erica's birthday. Oodles of Orange might be an option. I think I'll do Oodles of Orange for an orange popsicle because then I'm going to use up a flat bottom. So that's what we'll do there. All right, on the 7th, it says World Chocolate Day. Melt a chocolate, scent, or brown wax. Chocolate, scent, or brown wax. All right. So I don't really feel like melting vanilla oak. That is brown. And I have Amber Road, but that is also not in season. But I do kind of feel like melting Apple and Oats. This is an old one from Patricia. And it is not too old. The notes she put on the side: oats, caramelized apple, and cinnamon. So this is in the Bring Back My Bar for July, and so I think I'll melt this for my brown wax. And it's open, so that's a bonus. Okay, on the 8th it says melt a scent containing raspberry. All right, well, maybe I'll use my sun-ripened berry for that because that is a good one to use. So we will use that. All right. On the 9th, melt a light but lovely scent. A light but lovely scent. A light but lovely scent. Well, this one is kind of light, but I'm going to use this for something else because I know what I want to use that for. I think a light but lovely scent. I'm just going to cheat, and I'm going to grab something from my bricks. And I have this one. This is light and lovely, and maybe I can get close to finishing it off. Forever Flannel. So that is a light but lovely, so I'll put that in my bin. Another option might be Flower Child. That's kind of light and lovely. Coastal Strawberry for me has always been light, but anyway, we will see. Meteorologist talk. Melt a scent that sounds like it came out of a weather forecast. So nothing in there. Weather forecast, well, it would be something like breeze or sun or, you know, any of those things. Waves, they talk about waves, so we could do vanilla waves. They probably talk about summer rain, like rain. I kind of been melting some of those. Let me just see if there's anything in here. Barefoot beach. I could use that barefoot beach for something else. So, light side of the forest, Johnny Appleseed. All right, what do I have in here? These are mostly like winter scents. Cinnamon pine cones, bright cider life. The middle is kind of miscellaneous. Vanilla rose, butter pecan, love and happiness, glazed almond dreams, black currant and plum, all you need is love, Taj Mahal, woodland suede, Wally classified. We have candy orchard, pink leather, lily of the valley, confetti showers, yellow. Might as well just see what's in here. Gleeful grape, watermelon wave. They talk about waves in a weather forecast, and I do want to use this up because, sorry, I'm stuck on something here. Just give me a sec. I do want to use up this because it's from 2022, and I've got 7 cubes left. This does really well in my entranceway, so I'll probably warm that. So we'll do that for the meteorologist. Let me just see what else we've got in here. Vanilla mint, southern sweet tea, and blue water and sea salt. That would be another one you could use for that because it's weather. And let me just see, while you guys are here, this is really unorganized, but just go with me here because I should have looked and see what I have. I'll just go through this bin quickly so that I kind of know. These are some ones that are from 2022. I have bamboo yuzu, banana berry, cherry limeade. I have coconut vanilla orchid, forever yours, and I have fresh cut daisies in the bottom ×2. Okay, in the middle aisle, middle row, whatever, I have mighty pine, jumpin' jelly bean that's broken, lucky in love, white sands, up. You know what? I'm going to put this to the side because up is starting to go downhill. It's starting to go off. We have clementine cupcake, and down at the bottom it is, oops, sorry, Tropic Tango. This is a disaster. Here I have Appletini Splash, Grapefruit Sunshine. That would be one for, but I'm trying to use up old stuff, like open stuff first. So Hibiscus Water would also be a weather forecast one. Mad for Melon, Pineapple Pucker, Raspberry Lollipop, and in the bottom, You're the One. So just so I kind of know what's in here. Sorry, I'm making a lot of noise, but work with me. And I doubt I'm going to use much of the vendor wax, but it's here if I need it. So I'll just kind of push that off to the side for now. So I'm probably not going to, even though I got to work on that stuff, just have too much wax. Okay. Melt a scent with lime. Well, here we go. Watermelon Wave has lime in it. So let's change things up. I'm going to use this for the lime day. And now I just need to pick, didn't I say one of these? Let's do Grapefruit Sunshine. The reason I want to do this is because this one can sometimes go off smelling. Let me just smell it now. Oh, it smells so good. It's still good, so why don't I melt it when it smells good? So Grapefruit Sunshine will be my meteorologist day, and Watermelon Wave will be the lime day. Melt a scent on the 12th. Melt a scent that is the same color as your eyes. Well, I have light green colored eyes. They're not really dark green. If I cry, they become bright, bright light green. Some people think they're blue, but they're actually green. And so I'm going to cheat. I'm trying to look around. Like, this is not the color of my eyes. But and neither is this. This is like neon. Can't really see. This is kind of, I mean, this is a stretch. This is kind of a stretch because obviously there's the white part of your eye and then the light green. So, and I do want to use this up because I think I have maybe 4 more. So I got to get working through this, and I love this scent so much. So vanilla mint. So we're going to cheat and say Patricia has vanilla mint colored eyes. All right. Warm a bestseller on the 13th. So I don't think I have, like, I'm thinking bestseller as in it says bestseller in the catalog, but you can do whatever you like. But I know I'm going to use this one up because I have blueberry cheesecake. Amy just did a video where she melted this with gingerbread pecan waffles, so I might even mix this. But anyway, I'm going to melt blueberry cheesecake for my bestseller. So we'll use that up. All right. On the 14th, just chillaxin, melt a relaxing scent. So for me, vanillas are very relaxing. White sands is very relaxing. That is in my bin. What do I feel like melting? What do I feel like melting? I would say I'm going to go with, for now, simply vanilla, just because it is very relaxing and it's open. I might as well use that up. So we'll go with this for now. Hopefully I don't change my mind. All right. So now we're on the 15th. It says melt a scent so good you'd share with a friend. And I have a friend that shares this scent with me. So let me just find it. It's kind of out of season. And hopefully I don't chicken out and not warm it because it's out of season. But from Patricia, I have Bright Cider Life. So I might warm this because it's so good. My friend shared it with me. Yeah, it's kind of out of season though, so I don't really know. Another one that I really like that friends have shared with me is Walnut Raisin Muffin. There's so many good ones. But I'd say maybe I'll look at my club because you know what? I know what I'm going to melt. I haven't melted this in a long time and I need to warm it because I keep sharing it with friends. So it's Pacific Sandalwood. So that's what we're going to melt. I don't care if I open it up. I'm melting it for me. So there we go. We're going to warm that because it is so good. I've got a big mess here. That's okay. All right. On the 16th, it says burn ban, melt a candle dupe. Burn ban, melt a candle dupe. Well, a lot of candle dupes are, like I tend to buy the candle and chop it up. I don't tend to buy a lot of candle dupes. Obviously, Bonfire Beach is a candle dupe. I can't really think of any others at the top of my head. But let me think of what I've got going for candles right now. I'm just thinking out loud. Candles I've got going, I've got like a red velvet, I've got a lemon. Maybe I'll do Chase Rainbow's yellow because I've got a lemon candle, fresh lemon. So this is kind of along that line of a dupe, so we'll do this. All right, the next one, melt a scent with pineapple. Well, hopefully that one didn't just have pineapple. Pineapple. I'm just trying to think. I know what we'll do is I will grab this just because I know it has pineapple. So for now, we are going to, sorry, I'm making a noise. We are going to do Havana Cabana. I just have this one tester left. I'll warm this in the storage room in my 20-watt warmer. This has never performed well for me. Let me just smell it. Yeah, it smells like pineapple banana mostly to me, so that's what I'll warm for the pineapple day. All right. Where was I? On the 18th, warm a candy wax. Candy wax, candy wax. Well, I could do Jumpin' Jelly Bean or I could do Candy Orchard. So this one is broken and from 2022, and Candy Orchard is open. So I'm not sure what to do. Oh, that one's broken too. Maybe I'll do Candy Orchard because it's open and broken. So we'll do that for the candy. The next one, it says, melt a minty wax to help cool down. Well, I already did vanilla mint. You know what? You know what I'm going to pick in my... whoa! I almost dropped it. I'll do another flat bottom of marshmallow mint. Oh, there's a sparkle. Yeah, we'll do marshmallow mint because that makes sense, and I love it. And I think after this, flat bottom marshmallow mint will be no more. All right, so I'm just going to move for a second. Let me just reposition you so you're not looking at... It's kind of a mess here, but anyway. All right, where was I? The next one, it says on the 20th, I don't know. That's from Seinfeld. I picked that. Remember the episode, I think, where George wanted to get in on the unadvertised sale? And so he kept asking about when was the unadvertised sale? And she's like, I don't know. Anyway, it says rewarm a wax you're not sure about. Rewarm a wax that you're not sure about. You know what? I am going to warm something open. And I know what it is I want to warm because my club is shipping in August. So we're going to close this up. And then, oh, you know what? I just saw something. This has pineapple in it. So I'm going to put my Havana Cabana back. Well, maybe I'll just add this in. I might warm this because this is currently available and I want to use it up because it's from 2022. Anyway, that stitch might be for that, but let's close this up. The one I want to warm again is Sea Breeze. And the reason is because I don't know if I want to keep this in my club. It's really good, but I don't know if I want to keep it in the club how long. So I'm going to warm this and see what I think of it. I'm going to revisit it. So I remember liking it before, so. All right, the next one, it says, all right, we just did, I don't know. So the 21st, it says melt something beach related. Well, right close to me, we have vanilla waves or beach, but I'm gonna melt beach because I have 6 cubes. I'll finish that up. Easy peasy. Where were we? Sorry, not focusing. On the 22nd, it says melt a mango or starts with M scent. Mango or starts with M. Mango or starts with M. I'm not sure. Mango or starts with M. Do I have any vendor? I love Vendor Wax Mango so much. Starts with M. Mango or starts with M. Well, Mighty Pine starts with M, but I don't know. I think there's another one. Christmas in July, I'll probably use this, so I'm going to put that aside. Does Clementine Cupcake have mango? I don't think so, but I wish it did, because then I would use that. Mango or starts with M. I can't think of anything right now. I might have to... Are there any, let me just open this. Mango or starts with M? I'm going to have to probably do starts with M. All right, let's cheat because I cannot think of, but I usually have these in alphabetical order. So I have the Mandalorian. Ooh, that might be something. I love the Mandalorian. It smells so good, but so different. I think this is more like almost like a September scent for me, even though I don't really have times of years that we have Mickey Mouse and Friends. Moana I'm holding on to because this is the only one I have, and I just warmed it not too long ago. Then we have Monsters, Inc. I don't really feel like that. Maybe I will melt Mickey Mouse and Friends just to use this up. So we'll If I think of another mango scent, because I definitely preferred it, melt mango, I'll put this one back. But for now, we'll go with this one. I feel like I have a couple mango scoopables, but they're in my scoopable thing. So like the only scoopables I have out right now are these two, and these do not have mango in them. But I know I have a mango one, so I might do that. All right, the next one, it says lemon or lime, focus. Sorry, lemon or lemon. Clear out a wax you consider it to be a dud, or melt something yellow. So this scent is a dud for me. Enchanted Mist. I cannot for the life of me get this to work. And this is my last cube, so adios Enchanted Mist. This I consider to be a dud, unfortunately, so nice knowing you. We'll finish that off. All right, the next one, it says melt a summer drink. On the 24th, you can see there, melt a summer drink. A summer drink. You know what? I know exactly what I want to do because my husband loves this scent. And it is cherry limeade. Perfect time of year to melt this. It's in my 2022 bin. So even though it's not, open, I'm going to open it because it's worth it. All right, where were we? Christmas in July, melt any scent that fits the theme. Well, I don't mind these type of scents this time of year because they kind of remind me of peppermint, how peppermint kind of cools the air. I find tree scents can sometimes do that on a really hot day. So let's give this a try. Mighty Pine. I remember this is one of my favorite pine scents from Scentsy. I mean, I have all these other ones, but this one is kind of what I'm feeling. So we'll do this. All right. So messy. All right, where were we? It says melt a blueberry scent. Well, I just picked, what did I just pick? Blueberry cheesecake. But Erica's birthday's coming up, but I can melt through this now because I was going to save it. I will do Blueberry Rush for my blueberry. This is a flat bottom. I only have 6 cubes left. So if I warm this 3 cubes in her bedroom, I could either do another 3 cubes another time or hold it until August and finish it then. So we'll see. All right, next we have warm a scent that smells like a hotel on the 27th. Can you see that? Warm a scent that smells like hotel. So I'm going to cheat again and I'm going to grab a brick. So let me just move because this always reminds me of a hotel. I don't have any vendor wax that smells like hotels, but this is a scent that's based on a hotel. Disney puts it into their hotels, I guess. Look at that. You can see the juice. That's pathetic. Anyway, I'm going to finish this off. This was a gift from Ramona. She gave me, there was half a brick left. So this is really nice in Erica's room. She loves it. And it's also really nice mixed with sugar cookie. It does take the intensity down, but if you warm this on its own, man, oh man, is it strong. So we'll put that aside with my other Forever Flannel. I feel like I need to, I'm just going to close this for a second. All right, I'm just going to tidy here for a second. We have a mess. Let's just tidy up a little bit. These are some bring back my bars over here. Sorry, those are there, but I just kind of tidied some ones below me there. All right. So the hotel we just did, on the 28th it says melt a water scent. Melt a water scent. So I could do summer rain, but I've been melting this a lot. So I could do a hibiscus water. I'm gonna try to use this up. Speechless, which has Satsuma, Coastal Kale, and Raindrops. So let's use this up because I really got to use up some of these scoopables. They don't really go. I find the scoopables tend to last longer, but I just want to get through some of these because I tend to hoard them. So let's do that. And then on the 29th, it says melt a ruby red wax for July's birthstone. Ruby red, ruby red, ruby red. I see something in here that's ruby red. Is this ruby red? What do you think? I could use this, which is raspberry lollipop. Nothing in my bin is ruby red, except for, is this ruby red? Which is more ruby? I would say this is more like purple and this is more red. Do I have any ruby red? This is kind of ruby red. This is a vendor wax. Raspberry donuts in the kitchen. Maybe I'll use that for the ruby red. Raspberry donuts in the kitchen. I'm trying to use up some of my vendor wax, but I tend to hoard it, so I really shouldn't do that. I'll put candy cane buttercream back. Sorry, I'm doing a terrible job documenting what I'm doing. Okay, climb a mountain day. Melt something you'd smell on a hike. Well, you could smell like greenery. So I think I have Wally classified. I could do that. You could do like summer rain. You could do any kind of floral. I've been kind of meaning to melt this. Do you think you would smell this on a hike? Lily of the Valley? That's what I'm going to melt, I think. Lily of the Valley, because it's a spring, summer. Look, at it's starting to get a little bit neon yellow. So we'll do that for the hike day. And the last one is Endless Summer Nights, or Richard Marx question mark. And as a joke, melt something that reminds you of an endless summer night. Endless summer night. Something perfumey and romantic or sultry. You know, something, maybe I'll go with kukui and coconut. And I like to mix this with Suncastle, so maybe I will do kukui and coconut because that is a sensual, pretty, girly scent. If I think of something else, I could also even melt something like sugared lavender twist. But I think this is more summery specific. So what I will do is melt this, and yeah. So I've got my bin. It's a little bit messy. I'll just pan to it here. So there it is. I didn't really go in my vendor wax bin. Maybe next month I will do concentrating on vendor wax and club. And that will be what I'll focus on, vendor wax and club. It is hard to do these kind of videos because it's kind of messy, but I don't mind. If you guys like them, let me know. I will continue to do them. So thanks for spending the last few minutes with me. Hopefully this gave you some ideas. This would also be a good one for endless summer nights. Maybe someone would get lucky. Anyway, maybe I'll pull that one out. Oh, that's another, let's not go there. Okay, so anyway, thanks for spending the last few minutes with me. I hope you have a great day in your necklace. Take care, and I will see you guys in the next one.